Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I am the City Witch and today, you guessed it, we're going to be reviewing a brand new Oracle deck. This deck is called Earth and Bone, Oracle honouring the concepts of rebirth and transformation by Saurian Shadow. But before I begin this review, I just want to take a moment to thank the lovely supporter who chose to purchase this deck for me to review from my Amazon wishlist. So thank you so much to Mary Jane for your support and your kindness and your generosity. Thank you so much for this beautiful deck. I am truly looking forward to working with it. If anybody out there would like to support me, my business, my channel, you can do that through my Amazon wishlist, which is provided as a link on the description of the video, or you can also tip me through my PayPal link. Thank you so much to anyone who does choose to support me. I do appreciate each and every one of you. So now all the jargon is out the way, as they say, let's take a look at this deck. So as I say, this is by Saurian Shadow. I've never had a deck by him before, and I don't know if he's done any more decks, but I will certainly go ahead and have a look. There is some social media attached to this, so we will be able to find him quite easily, and I will link all of his information on the description of the video. So if you do like what you see and you do want to follow him, because I do believe he is a magical practitioner, you will be able to find him easily. So first impressions of the box is quite excellent. I absolutely love the artwork. This is stunning. I love the accents of the kind of teal and turquoises. I really like this skull on the front because I work a lot with bones in my practice and skulls and things like that. So this is a beautiful addition to my collection and I cannot wait to start working with it. On top of that, I've lately been doing a lot of shape shifting and I've been practicing werewolf magic. Yes, you heard me correctly, werewolf magic. And I will be reviewing the book that I've been working through for that to let you know what I think at the end. But I do think this will be a really nice addition to that kind of magic that I've been doing because it takes you very deep into animism, shape shifting, working with your animal self and connecting with more animal spirits and working with them in your practice. And to do that, you have to select a number of tools. Now, the book is focused quite a lot on werewolf magic. However, a lot of the concepts can be applied to any animal that you feel connected to. I am a wolf in spirit anyway. It's one of my sacred animals. So I work quite closely with the wolf and I've been connecting even more deeply through that book. Now, it recommends choosing all tools that connect to your animal, that symbolize your animal. So I have jewelry that's blessed in the concept of the werewolf kind of magic that we're doing in the book. And it does suggest to choose some divination tools and I've yet to do that. So I do think that this deck would be a beautiful addition to my new practice and working with werewolf magic. And I think that this could be really good at looking at the darker aspects of my wolf nature as well. So I will let you know when I fully review this deck what I think and if it's something I'm definitely going to add to that side of my practice or not. So, like I said, first impressions of the box is really quite good. I really like what I'm seeing so far. The deck is produced by Rockpool, and lately Rockpool have been doing some really, really nice decks, and the cardstock has been fantastic. So I am expecting to enjoy this. I will say the box is a funny matte colour, so as I'm touching it, it's leaving fingerprints on the box, so I can see me wanting to wipe this down on a regular basis. So just bear that in mind, guys, if you purchase this. The box is kind of a funny, kind of matte, tacky finish. Let's see what it says on the back. This haunting yet alluring oracle is tailored to help readers grow and heal spiritually. The mysterious illustrations of skulls combined with nature reflect the changing seasons and the cycles of life. With a strong emphasis on nature's duality, the messages are about transformation and achieving the ideal balance between dark and light elements. These cards can help you establish a connection with your guides, reveal the shadow, and assist with a transformative and empowering journey. Ooh, nice. So this is a 42 card deck and you do get a guidebook with it. And there is a couple of images there, which I'll give you a close-up of. So I'm assuming they are going to be some of the cards in the deck. So let's take a little look. So we have a beautiful pattern on the inside. I love that teal colour. That is stunning. And actually, that's the colour I'd really like to decorate my bedroom in. I love the colour teal. It's one of my faves. And we have the pattern repeated on the bottom of the box as well. So we have a guidebook. Oh, we have our Rockpool advertisement. So if you guys didn't know, they do have an app that you can download and make purchases on. And also I think there's crystal grids, spiritual recommendations, and of course like cards that you can draw from digitally rather than physically if you didn't want to buy any of the decks. So that is all the information there. Go ahead and pause and read because I will not be typing this out on my video. let's pop that to one side. So first, let's take a look at the guidebook. So the guidebook is exactly the same as the front cover of the box. Ooh, we do have a colour guidebook. I do like when it's coloured. I like that extra touch rather than black and white. So I am liking that. So we have the contents, which says introduction, how to use your cards, and then a full list of cards. They're not alphabetized, but they are numbered, which is going to make it easy for you to find the cards and read what they say. And there's a little bit about the author at the back. So our introduction looks to be pretty lengthy. And then we have how to use your cards. We have some cleansing techniques here. So sound cleansing, smoke cleansing, which is quite in depth by the looks of it. There's information about jumping cards. Then we have a single card spread, a double card spread, and then the typical 3 card spread. I like that the double's included because you don't see that very often, but we always get the 3 cards. And I'm actually a little bit disappointed there isn't a unique spread to this deck, because I do like when the author goes an extra mile and puts in some unique spreads for working with the Oracle deck, and they're spreads that you can use time and time again and refer to the guidebook for, especially if you don't use them with the public and you just use them privately. You can then gain more insight and information from the cards based on their unique spreads. So I'm a little bit disappointed there, but it doesn't matter because you can use the cards in any way you want. Oracles are oracles at the end of the day. So it looks like our cards are coloured in the book. And then here's the information about the author. Also, as a side note, we do have some beautiful artwork in this book as well. So let's read what it says about the author. Saran Shadow, and I do hope I'm saying his name right, so my apologies if I'm not. Saran Shadow is a versatile and multifaceted practitioner, psychic and author who offers spiritual guidance for empowerment and transformation. He began writing and channeling to assist spiritual growth and magical practice. His aim is to inspire wisdom and empower your personal and spiritual truth. He has always felt a pull towards mysterious and magical worlds. When he was younger, his curiosities and psychic abilities were suppressed by family and peers. I know how that feels. And he was frequently dismissed as shy and peculiar, despite having the ability to acquire personal details about people, even though he had never met them before. After a spiritual awakening, he discovered how to hone his skills and form the language to communicate about his psychic and intuitive gifts. With his developed psychic skills, along with his experience in the mystical arts, he is devoted to helping people open their eyes to the truth about themselves and the world around them. There is also some social media links, so I will add that information into the description of the video if you want to go ahead and give him a follow. I probably will do that because I do like what I'm seeing so far, so I've no doubt I'll probably connect to him on a spiritual level as well as through this deck. So I'll probably do that. So I'll link everything so you can go ahead and find him if you want to, guys. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. Let's get that off. So this is what the back of the cards looks like. Now, I personally prefer the back of my cards to be a plainish design so that I don't know if the card is reversed or not. Now, I don't know if these cards have reversed meanings, but if I wanted to apply a reverse meaning to it, I would know before I flip the card over whether it's the right way or not based on that pattern, and that's something I don't like. I like to not know, so that's just my preference. Other than that, though, I will say that the card has a beautiful pattern on the back, and I really like how it's kind of different to the front cover of the box but still kind of follows the same aesthetic, so that is nice. The sides of the cards are, of course, foiled in this beautiful kind of bluey turquoise colour, which I absolutely adore. That's a stunning colour. If you do get this deck, though, guys, obviously be careful when you are separating the cards. Sometimes it can cause the foiling to rip, so just be mindful. Let's check the cardstock. I mean, that's pretty good, to be fair, guys. Yeah, like I said, Rockpool have been whacking out these excellent decks of a really good quality. So I do like how nice and thick but flexible that card is. So yeah, good quality cards, guys. They are an average Oracle size, so obviously they're quite big. I can only just get my fingers around it to shuffle. So some might find it easier to shuffle that way. Let's take a look at the cards. So card number 1, Shelter. So as I say, they are numbered, so even though they're not in alphabetical order, you will be able to find it easily in the guidebook. So I'll read you the title, the number of the card, and what it says at the bottom. So number 1, Shelter, spiritual growth, accountability, and healing. Ooh, Interesting. So it looks like we're getting a positive but also a negative on every card. Number 2, Sage. Harmony, acceptance, patience. Wow, look at that artwork. The artwork is quite interesting, isn't it, with the skulls and the kind of dark colours. Nice. Card number 3, Trinity. Balancing decisions, priorities, adapting to change. Wow. Kind of reminds me of Cerberus with 3 heads. I have seen that other people have said these cards are quite dark and difficult to see, but so far I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing them perfectly fine. Number 4, acceptance, higher education, beliefs and wisdom. Ooh, I like that one. I like how striking her white hair is as well. I kind of like how they're shadowed around the edges of the cards, so you're looking deeper for more symbolism and things will stand out to you differently on each card, which is something I do like with my oracles. Number 5, Warrior, inner strength, clarity, presence. Yeah, so this is kind of a power card. I like how he's scarred as well, like he's tackled whatever's been in front of him and he hasn't come out of it unscathed, but he's learned and he's grown and he's changed as a result, and he's bearing his scars with pride as well. So I do really like that. 6, Surrender, letting go, trust, expansion. That's beautiful. I love all the mushrooms growing out of the skull. And that image of the little person there, that's interesting. 7, Heart. Emotional awakening, intuition, following your heart. This kind of reminds me of La Santa Morte with kind of the golden crown behind her. And obviously it's a skeletal lady as well. And heart symbols are quite common with her as well. I don't know if he meant that when he designed this, but to me, that kind of gives me La Santa Morte vibes. Number 8, Blood Moon, illusion, uncertainty, narcissism. Ooh, I do like the wolves on that card. I like the way they're howling and singing, and there's blood moon in the background. That's quite lovely. Visionary. Confidence, passion, self-worth. Ooh. It's kind of a pretty card, actually, even though it's a skeleton. I find it interesting that the head is a skeleton, but the body looks like it's still flesh as well. Like it's half decayed, or it's half in the other world and half in this world. So maybe that's the point with the transformation. It's like showing you the transition. Number 10, Roots, ancestry, legacy, tradition. Ooh, I love the skeleton wrapped in the tree. Hope you guys can see that, because that is a pretty dark card. I mean, I can see it clearly, but it's whether it shows up on the camera. 11, Wayfarer, contemplation, search for truth, inner guidance. So this is kind of hermit energy where you're seeking and searching, but you're doing it alone, a lone journey. I'm loving the lamp, that's drew my eye, and the rings on his hands as well. Ooh, this is pretty. 12, Rider, movement, quick decisions, progress. So this is kind of like your action card. Nice. 13, Crossed, choices, searching for purpose, daydreaming. See, if I was reading a curse reading, I would see this as you're blocked, you're not meant to go forward, or someone has actively blocked your way with some kind of spell work. That's how I would read that one, because of the crossed there and because of the swords. 14, Faith, hope, inspiration, rejuvenation. That's quite pretty. Praying, calming. I get a lot of really nice gentle vibes from that card. 2 cards stuck together. 15, Migration, initiation, adventure, freedom. That's quite a colourful card. I am seeing this repeated pattern of the red blood moon in the background on a lot of these. 16, Uncover, nostalgia, sentimentality, memory. Ooh. And this one, she's more skeletal than the others. Like, still got flesh on her arms, but the main part of the body is skeleton. You can see all the ribs and everything. So that's interesting. "17, prosperity, wealth, contentment, abundance." Is this kind of your fruitful card? 18, sorcerer. Ooh, I like this one. Ambition, willpower, creation. So this is kind of like the magician card in the tarot, like tools of your magic. I also like that there's multiple hands there, because there's 4 hands in that image. And that drew my eye. Also, not a blood red moon, a golden moon in the background. Let's give myself a bit of space here. So 19, stoicism, peacefulness, receptiveness, manifestation. Ooh, nice. Number 20, time, planning, making decisions, taking risks. Yeah, because your time might be running out, so you've only got so much time to accomplish something. Or maybe you need to take your time and not rush in. So there's a few possible meanings to this card. 21, flow, recovery, moving on, finding peace. Okay, so this is kind of like a healing card. 22, enchanter, self-evolution, awakening and purpose. That's interesting because there's an animal skull blended with the actual human skull there as well. Can you see that? That's definitely interesting and different. Also, there's a vulnerability to this because obviously she's almost exposed, half naked. 23, fate, alignment, decisive movement, opportunistic events. Ooh, and we get our kind of ready moon again in the background. I like this Grim Reaper image. 24, beloved, love, intertwinement, reciprocity. Yeah, I can't say that. Reciprocity. Oh God, I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry, guys. Reciprocity. I don't think I'm saying that right. But anyway, there we go. We have love and entwinement. So this is kind of like your union card, I guess. 25, burrow, exhaustion, questioning, motivations, realignment. Ooh, this definitely is like going into your shell, kind of protecting yourself energy. There's definitely a loneliness, a vulnerability, a need to kind of protect oneself there for me. 26, the key, inner calling, clarity, intention. And the owl is holding a key there. That kind of gives me Lilith vibes, you know, because she's known as the night owl. Interesting. Also, the yellow roses is interesting choice as well, because it's like that splash of colour there. 27, cage, freedom, release, reclaiming power. Okay. This in a negative could mean that you are feeling trapped, confined in some way, like you're shackled, controlled, manipulated, or maybe even like you are, like your movements are being tracked, like someone's spying on you and you feel like you're in this like gilded cage. 28, flight, opportunity, prosperity, new venture. Okay, I really like that the bird is the one that has the skull there. And again, pink roses. So we are seeing different colours and aspects and energies here. So we've got the red blood moon, but we've got these pink roses, which is usually, you know, a positive colour, you know, of love and friendship, kindness, sweetness, acceptance. So it's interesting that we're seeing that on this card. And then we've got blue roses on this one. So 29, adversary. So hard work, diligence, progress, and we've got the blue roses and a lot of blue going on there because we've got a blue moon as well. Blue jewellery, blue outfit, blue hair. So colour is coming into play in these cards. 30, prudence, self-assurance, integrity, clear-mindedness. We've got the scales here as well. So we've got, you know, balance, maybe justice or judgment of some kind, you know, recognizing the pros and cons of a situation, the positives and negatives, really weighing things up. 31, conjurer, higher self, fertility and creativity. So this is kind of like for me a manifestation card, like you can manifest your dreams. Everything is perhaps aligning and that you have the power to create what you want, thus bringing it into existence, which is a type of fertility. 32, serpent, rebirth, unconventionality and non-conformity. That's interesting. And again, we have our yellow roses back. I do like the snake in that though. It's quite a pretty colour that they've chosen. 33, beast, conflict, competition, oppressors. Yeah, and the wolf is injured as well. There's like some slash marks there, speckles of blood, and definitely all his hackles are risen. You know, you can see he's definitely protecting himself or protecting something behind him. 34, ascension, transformation, end of cycle, beginnings. So this is kind of like the Fool energy, isn't it? New adventure, brand new beginning, fresh start, that innocence kind of energy. And that is a beautiful image. And it's almost the same as the one on the box, but not quite. So there's the guidebook. So it's similar, but not quite the same. But I think that's one of my favorite images. That is beautiful. 35, spectres, discernment, critical thinking, insight. Ooh, to me, I feel haunted when I look at that. There's a lot of red. I can see a scythe. I can see a Grim Reaper on a horse rearing up. And then we have these skeletal figures in this bloody mist. Wow. That's an interesting card. And again, probably one of my favorites in this deck. 36, owl, wisdom, independent thinking, enlightenment. So yes, owls do represent wisdom in most mythologies. So that is a nice image. I also like that it's a barn owl. That's so cute. 37, shadow. Oops, they all stuck together. Wholeness, integration, repressed emotions. Ooh, this is kind of creepy actually, because we have a girl, but then we also have a doll, which is almost the exact same image of the girl. And then we've got the Reaper behind her. That is quite a creepy image. It's giving me Chucky vibes for some reason. Not sure what to make of that one. 38, the pack. Inner work, deeper connection, soul tribe. Ooh, I like that one. I also like that this character is hugging the wolf. Beautiful image. And again, you can see the moon and trees. I'm so sorry for all the loud knocking and banging, guys. It's very stormy here in the UK at the moment, so there are things falling on top of my roof that are causing all those little bangs, so I'm sorry. 39, portal, originality, idealism, progression. And we have a closed door there, but to me this is, you know, kind of an obstacle you have to overcome. You have to open the door and go through. So this could also be like death energy when you're transitioning from one chapter to another, and doors do represent thresholds. So that for me is a beautiful image. I really like the tree growing around the door as well, or perhaps the door's set into the tree, but either way, really nice image. We've got some purple going on in the background there as well, and we've got all these beautiful fireflies. So that is a lovely card. 40, the stand, courage, determination, fearlessness. So this is kind of like standing your ground, isn't it? And showing strength and not giving up an inch to your enemy or the force before you. First time we're seeing kind of a cat as well, instead of a wolf. 41, nest, charity, generosity, gratitude. And we have a vulture, which is an interesting choice. We have little skeletons there in the nest, and then we've got these orange roses this time. And then our last card, number 42, meadow, success, blessings, prosperity. So this is kind of card of fruitfulness, I think, you know, abundance with all the flowers and the beauty. The flowers are a beautiful shade of red, and we've got this skeleton who looks actually quite happy, except for the arms are broken. In fact, the spine's broken, everything's broken there. However, they seem happy about it, which is an interesting choice of imagery. So I have to say, the cards are a very interesting design. I'm not sure what I make of the artwork. Some of them I like, some of them I was a bit like, okay. So I feel like the guidebook hopefully will reveal a bit more about the cards and explain some of the imagery, the artwork, why that was chosen. I like how I can see that some of the characters are flesh, but yet there's still skeletons there. Like this one's a perfect example. So obviously her face is a skeleton, but the rest of her is flesh. So not quite fully transitioned into death. It's like going through something. Then we've got this animal here who's fully flesh and alive. And then here we have a lady who is completely skeletal apart from the arms. So more stepping forward into maybe a death and then a rebirth than say the previous person. So it is all about looking at the artwork and reading it in multiple ways, I think, rather than just kind of taking it at face value. I mean, this one here, prosperity, draped in gold, in jewelry, we've got the golden flowers, you know, we've got weaponry, refinery. This is clearly like a king or someone important or somebody who's accomplished a level of importance in their life. Let's see if I can give another example. So here, you know, again, we see all flesh and then the skull face, but green in colour. You know, colour is taking a major role in this deck. There's a lot of colour that stands out. You know, you've got teal flowers there. We've got blue, more blue, you know, yellow, you know, orange. So there are a lot of important colours in this deck. And I'm assuming that they are going to play a role in the meaning of the cards. Overall, I have to say, I think the deck is quite lovely. Like I said, some of the artwork is interesting, and I definitely would have to read the guidebook to understand why that choice was made. But I do like the foiling on the side. I do like the pattern on the back, and I love the box, and I like the meanings on the cards as well. I think that some of them I would have gone with slightly different choices. Like here we crossed choices, searching for purpose, daydreaming. I would have gone blocked. I might have gone with something like challenges, obstacles to overcome. Because typically a crossing in the magical world is you're crossed, you're blocked, you can't make any progress at all, you can't go backwards and you can't go forwards, you're stuck as you are. So I'd have gone with some of those energies with that particular card, and to me I probably would say those anyway in a reading, but that's just to give you some examples about what I'm seeing here when I'm looking at the cards. I mean, faith, that's a good one because it says hope and inspiration, rejuvenation. That one's fine to me. You know, those embody the word faith. But some of them I'm interested to see why those choice of words, and I think that will be revealed in the guidebook. So let's take a quick look at the guidebook and see what we get with each of the cards. So here we're looking at card number 3, Trinity. So you get the card image, the name and the number, and then what it says. So balancing decisions, priorities, adapting to change. And then let's see what this card says. So we have, when you have so many wishes, focus on manifesting one at a time. Your energy may be too spread out. Keep it in mind, not every wish may be a blessing. Weigh the pros and cons and hyper focus on one, prioritizing your energy to meet one goal and move on once achieved. You may be needing to pivot if what you seek isn't aligned for your greatest good. Make a list of all you are grateful for. Stop focusing on what you get and start focusing on what you give. Money, rewards, and success will come automatically if you have something to give. Listen to your intuition when the universe is revealing the truth. You'll know it by what aligns and feels right. Some say they experience ringing in their ears. You may experience a deafening sensation with a pleasant pressure in your ears that makes you feel slightly euphoric. Ultimately, you'll feel an expansion and excitement when you are aligned with the right step. You'll know when something is false and out of alignment when you experience struggle, discomfort, agitation, irritability, and restlessness. The universe is saying, listen to your body, your sensations and emotions are key. And then we do have an affirmation here. So my focus and determination are in alignment with my greatest good. I am productive and complete tasks efficiently. I trust my inner guidance. Okay, so looks like we get not really a description of why that artwork, but more kind of an explanation as to what the card means in greater detail, and then an affirmation to work with. I mean, that was a pretty detailed description of what the card means, and there was a few possible energies there as well. So I do think the guidebook is going to be handy to understanding the card. However, I would have liked a bit more about, you know, why the colours, what the coloured roses mean perhaps. A bit more about the artwork would have been nice, I think. But other than that, pretty good deck overall. I would probably, at the moment, without using it, score it maybe about a 7 out of 10. I don't think I'm quite ready to score this like 10 out of 10 or a really high score. But overall, I think it's a nice deck. It's a nice size. It's a beautiful, you know, beautiful colour when it comes to the foiling and the pattern. Nice box. Great guidebook with lots of information. The artwork, though, like I said, is a little bit unusual. So while I don't agree with what other people have said, that it's quite dark and it's disrespectful to nature, because I have seen some reviews where people have said it's disrespectful to nature. I don't think it's disrespectful to nature. I think it is tapping to darker aspects of nature that people deny. And I think if you look at the artwork, like I said, with the people where they're changing from flesh to skeletal, you can see what level of transition they're going through before they completely die and then get reborn, because this is the point. This deck is about transformation, and some of the things we go through in life are not always pretty. So I do think this is helping you focus on the least pretty things in your life, you know, the ugliness, the darkness, and how to actually go about dealing with that, which is why some of the imagery is quite dark, quite gothic, quite unusual. And that concludes this review, guys. So thank you so much for your support and watching until the very end. I do appreciate it. If you'd like to support my channel, as I said, there is a Amazon link and a PayPal link, and you can use either of those to support me in any way that you choose, and I do appreciate all of my supporters. If you'd like to book any of my magical services or a reading from me, you can do that through Facebook, Instagram, email, or via X. And thank you very much, guys, for choosing me for any of your magical services. So thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you all soon. Blessed be.